Welcome back, everybody. Well, walking down Pittsburgh streets these days, you could run into one of the power couples of theater. We're talking about Claire Van Kampen and Mark Rylance, and they are with us today. You likely recognize Mark from his work on stage and screen, most recently in Don't Look Up and The Chilling Bones and All coming out soon. Claire is a Tony-nominated playwright and director. So, Claire, you need to tell us about Idaspe, which is opening this Friday, right, at the Byham.
Yes, it is. It's a wonderful musical extravaganza, a beautiful, moving spectacle. And it's an opera, actually, but I love to think of it as more of a musical now, in our terms, yeah.
And so you've reimagined this work. It was originally, what, 3.5 hours? And you're directing this. This is your baby. Tell us a little bit about it, because it's a story about refugees, really, and it turns into something else.
Well, that's how we've construed it now. I mean, originally, it was done in the 18th century, then it got lost, and nobody found it at all, until, because I did a play called Farinelli and the King on Broadway, I was sort of interested in that whole period, and I found out that this piece is by Farinelli's brother. And it sank into obscurity until I found it. And Chatham Baroque, who are Pittsburgh based, and Kampen Theater, who is such a pioneering organization, we put it together and found this is beautiful and people should really hear this. Yeah. So there we are.
And it's 5 nights, right? Do I have that right?
5 performances.
Okay, yes. 5 performances.
Starting on October the 7th, yeah.
All right. Mark, I want to ask you, we mentioned earlier about an upcoming project that you guys have going on that Steven Spielberg is involved in. And it also, I think our viewers will be interested in it because it really weaves in. It's all about Pittsburgh history, or at least a piece of it, right?
It is, yeah. When I came, we've been here many times, Claire and I, starting in '91. But I think in 2003, I was first introduced to the 1892 drama of the Homestead Strike and the very difficult and challenging relationship between extraordinary individuals like Carnegie and Frick, Mellon, all these different people, and the community who were making the stuff that they made their money from. And that story is a story very relevant all over the world. But I became very interested, I've been working on it since that time. And then Stephen liked the ideas, and he directed us to his TV company, Amblin. And so Claire and I are now developing it as a limited TV series.
It's a fantastic story, isn't it?
Yeah.
Pittsburgh history.
Well, yeah, and I love that you guys are going to take another look at it. And so this will be a series, right?
Yeah. It'll be a series, yeah. There's so many stories. You know, we've become very involved in the Homestead Historical Society and the stories of Honest John McCluskey, who was the Burgess at Homestead in 1892, Beeswax Taylor, all these wonderful working class heroes, really. And that labor history is not well known. You know, I think I'm amazed how many Americans don't even know about the Johnstown flood,
that's true.
Which is one of the hugest natural disasters in American history.
It's very true.
But I expect people in Pennsylvania know about it. But outside of that, so there's a lot of stories here that I think are amazing.
Well, we're going to look forward to that. And also, I want to ask you, are you planning on doing any more Shakespeare, bringing more Shakespeare to theaters?
Well, we'd love to. It was very well received last time we did. We brought, Hamlet in 1991, didn't we?
Measure for Measure, Twelfth Night.
Yeah.
Yeah, we brought
We had great experiences here.
Well, that would be fantastic, and we'll check out Idaspe.
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 Makes you smile.
It does make you smile. In fact, we were taking a picture in the commercial break beforehand, and instead of saying cheese, you said Idaspe. And it does make you smile. Thank you so much for being here. What a pleasure to talk with you guys, and we're so glad that you're now linked to Pittsburgh.
Thank you.
Always. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you. All right, Idaspe starts this Friday, October 7th, and runs through the following weekend, October 15th. And for tickets to this exhilarating production, just go to our website. We have a link for you at pittsburghtodaylive.com.